time for a very special episode of NBA 2K TV.
It's our 6th annual 2K TV award show. Brought to you by Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA. Give it everything.
And this is where we celebrate you, the community, for giving it everything to be the best at NBA 2K.
It takes commitment, skill, and passion for the game to reach this level, and we think that deserves to be honored.
Honored.
The Chicago River winding its way through the heart of the Windy City. Our sight tonight. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. Hey, Dave.
Well,
it can be a circus. David, thanks. Boris, what are you going to be watching about these two teams who seem to be strong up front?
Yeah, I think certainly both have guys with size who also bring incredible skill to the game. And it's really hard to win this league without at least one elite player at one of the front court positions.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Lowry and Powell, the guards. Paul Millsap out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Osman in at the 3. And for Chicago, at 4 with White is out there with the Murray in at the 3 slot.
I'll bet even they didn't think that well.
No. Dunk out of.
And my question is, someone rotate over and challenge.
Portis against Siakam. Great D that time from Portis. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Here's the general. This game an incredible scoring display. Bulls shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
First personal foul.
That free throw. And free throw, good.
And Toronto choosing their team went down, and with dinosaurs all over the silver screen, it helped tilt things towards the Raptors.
And we all remember those early uniforms, those giant velociraptors across the front. Fortunately, they've toned it down a bit since then.
Siakam coming off a game against New York.
Make a mistake. The 3 on the game really turned the game.
Pass to the general. Banked in off the glass. The general's got 7 points in the game.
And I like to see this. In his number early, he's delivering.
This guy goes off. Their chances of winning rise exponentially.
The shot by Powell, no good.
It's over 3 in the early going. Out of sync.
And that'll be 2 free throws. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first personal.
Kyle Lowry picks one up there. The Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from the general. Here's Lowry. He had 25 points last game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
To end the run, in the corner, Powell with it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
And so he makes both from the line. Bulls have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's the general, guarded by Powell. Got it. Nice one there from the general. 11 points in the game.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
But if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Siakam against Portis. 6 on the shot clock. They get it back.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Pass to the general. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
That's already this guy's 2nd foul now. He's either going to have to sit or play a bit more conservatively.
OG Anunoby's checked in for Toronto. The shot's good from the general.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Raptors trail by 11. Here's Osman. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York. He kicks to Powell. The three, nailed from three-point land. Powell's got 5 now.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that three, the more the floor opens up.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Anunoby passes to Powell. Off target from three-point range.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Fades and shoots. That one wide left.
No one near him on that one, and I'm not sure why he felt like he needed to fade away.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
Pass to Powell. There's the triple.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Some changes for Chicago. Carter, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Young comes in for Markkanen, and Zach LaVine subbed in for Murray. Noel's checked in for Toronto. The pass to Anunoby. Shot clock at 5. Toronto working the ball around now. And again, no good by Toronto. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Powell with it, now defended by the general. Good work defensively by Carter.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And count it. And that's 19 points for the general.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night.
Ends up going with the new group. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Siakam is checked in for Noel. Millsap comes in for OG Anunoby. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Johnson. And Norman Powell subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Whereas great scoring is often reliant upon great footwork. And we hear coaches, don't we, talk about that all the time?
We really do, Kev. You look at a guy like Kyrie Irving, who at the point guard position is one of the great scorers. He's a clutch shooter. He doesn't go to the free throw line a lot, and it's because he's so elusive. Can finish left and right, puts a lot of English on his shots. DeMar DeRozan gets separation with incredible footwork, and maybe the best in the league right now in terms of his footwork. That tap dancing James Harden, which is just nearly impossible to check.
Oh, I love those names, and you're so right. And it's fun to watch. What a skill. Setting the floor for the Raptors. They've got Norman Powell, Paul Millsap out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's McCaw in at the 2. It's the three-point bomb. Osman's got his second bucket tonight.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
The general, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Siakam. The Bulls have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
Raptors trail by 21. McCaw kicks to Osman. Pass to Siakam. The shot from the low post is good. Siakam's got his first basket.
Wow, finishing through contact with a beautiful display of focus. What a job by Pascal Siakam through contact.
Portis trying to free himself. No good from the general.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Siakam misses. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Heat.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, Greg, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
Tipped away and stolen by Portis. Here's Murray, and he banks in the layup.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
And so here's Toronto. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
You know, right out of the gates, one team gets a lead with the head-to-head advantage, bragging rights, if you will, over the other. And tonight, it starts.
To the middle. Here's Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
Osman, the pass to Millsap. Here's McCaw. He's guarded by Markkanen. Millsap, and the layup's good off the glass.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
White the pass to the general. Rebound by the Raptors.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
To the wing right side. Here's McCaw. Tries yet again. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Portis. Here's the general. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Millsap's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Osman. He's got 7. Shot clock at 6. That's a 2 from Powell. It's rebounded by Portis.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
No good from the general. Raptors trail by 21. To the paint. And Siakam throws it down.
Well, Mr. Siakam can elevate well above the rim. Nicely done.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new Carter. He's checked in. He's making some changes here. Nine seconds left to play in the first half. Now Lowry from deep, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Chicago Bulls closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And a chance now to send it over to... All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you know the General has been really making it happen, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Markkanen is inside at 4 with Portis the 5. The General is out there with White, and it's Murray in at the 3 spot. And that's the group for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half. Portis against Siakam. 4 on the shot clock. The offensive rebound. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Siakam's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Toronto. The General passes to Portis. Good D by Siakam.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. The General passes to Portis, and the shot goes in.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Free throw, good. Portis. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Passes it to Millsap. Lowry against White. The drive by Lowry. Powell for 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
But confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Lowry feeling it out a bit. Pass to Millsap. To stop the run. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Portis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
That's his third personal foul. The General.
And he makes the first. And the Raptors making a change here. McCaw's checked in. Both good from the line that time. In Toronto, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And the Raptors miss again.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Knocked away. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
There's the lob to Portis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch four. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. That free throw good from Markkanen. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth. In his first season as a head coach in the NBA, it translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
Millsap misses. Here's Chicago. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Here's the General. Lays it up and banks it in. The General's got 33.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Here's Osman. He's covered by Murray. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's the General. And the rejection by Lowry. Here's Osman. He has 7. And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal.
And Coach Nick Nurse paid some dues, Doris, before his turn as head coach of this Toronto team.
Well, think about it. Early in his career, he's a player coach in the British Basketball League. Then he goes and establishes a G League franchise in his home state of Iowa. Then to lead that team to a title in 2011, join another G League team for the Raptors and win a title in 2013. Really an incredible journey, guys. I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Paul Millsap. That's his second personal foul.
Free throw good, Portis. And for the length of Bobby Portis, he's sure to provide a bit of fire when he's on the floor.
Well, Portis is never afraid to mix it up with the opponent or sometimes his own guys. This guy plays with a passion that maybe isn't for everyone, but boy, it does spark his teams.
Saransky's checked in for the Bulls. Inside, McCaw, the pass to Noel. Great D that time from Portis. Bulls have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Satoransky, and it's Noel with the rebound. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Lowry has the open look. Bangs home the trifecta. Lowry's got 11.
How about that? Off the dribble, the pull-up jumper by Kyle Lowry. Boy, he's in a rhythm.
Here's the General. 33 points for him. And the rejection by Noel. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. Carter, he's checked in for Portis. And Toronto also making a switch. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. And Chicago has possession. Good on the shot. Satoransky's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, that's all by design now. Get the shot as soon as possible on that inbound pass.
Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's McCall. 6 points for him. Now here's Lowry. 5 to shoot. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Kept alive. And the rejection by Noel.
This is a staple of his game. Nerlens Noel sends it back.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. It's stolen by Lowry. And now Lowry running the floor all by himself. Drops in the breakaway layup. He's got 16.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
And there's the pass to the general. Uses both hands to slam it down.
He's carried this team to this lead on his back, handling almost all the scoring duties.
The Raptors have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Pass to Noel. Here's McCall. He's got 8. Kicks it out to Johnson. Lets the 3 fly. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Outside Lowry. Passes to Johnson. Over Levine. And the Raptors miss again.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Young. Here's Carter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Clark, he's checked in for Toronto. Thomas comes in for Kyle Lowry.
2 shots.
Shoot 2.
And that one falls for Carter.
And making the most of their opportunities at the line.
Changing it up here. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansion cities?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there, you're correct. So for Toronto right now, Lowry out there with Johnson. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Osman in at the power forward position.
I think quickness has probably never been more important in the NBA, but you cannot overlook the value of strength. Think about a guy like Kyle Lowry. He's not the biggest, he's not the most explosive, but he's got strength and he's got that bulldog mentality. And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
And here is Singleton. Millsap inside, working on Portis, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And Kyle Lowry, Doris, never shy about contact.
You're right, Kevin. Never shy on either end, offensively or defensively. Kyle Lowry will get into you. He is the tone setter with his physicality and his effort level.
Here's the general. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's his
Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Thursday, the Denver Nuggets come to town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
And for that game against the Kings, this is a game that they are expected to win. But sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with a victory.
And it's Millsap with the extra effort.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
Take a look at the general. He's currently atop in the Eastern Conference. He's got a lot of fans the world over.
He's got plenty of fans among his fellow players as well. I'm sure he'd be #1 on their ballots if they were voting.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
Well, just terrific anticipation to force the turnover and ignite the break.
Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. Do you think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure, but it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
Can't connect from 13 feet out. The Raptors have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. All sorts of time. Chicago grabs the miss.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Here's McCaw. Lays it in off the breakaway. Satoransky with it. The pass to the general. Knocked loose. Fast break Toronto. Here's Phillips. Drops in the breakaway layup. Now Satoransky. Here's the general. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
3 seconds. Chicago ball.
And so he hits the technical free throw. In basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
And the first one drops. He hits both from the stripe. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors.
2 minutes, 2 rounds.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
But I'll tell you, he's not afraid to take hits on the way to the free throw line. Kyle Lowry will manufacture points any way he has to.
At the line,
We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now. But when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
Asta Phillips. To the inside. Here's Singleton, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Bobby Portis.
Yeah, easy call.
Shooting for Toronto. Singleton.
That one is off.
Taking 2 shots.
He doesn't get the second one. Chicago's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bulls.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the General.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
The first free throw is good. Or some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed. Now running, here comes Lowry, pushing the ball up. Takes the turnaround J. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
Here's the General. Here's Hutchison. And it's Toronto with the rebound. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. That's tipped. Here's Arcidiacono. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
Chicago ball. At the line for the Bulls. 1 shot.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And so Chicago takes this one. Show.
And we welcome you back. I'm Ernie Johnson. We got Shaq here. We got Kenny here. With this one in the books, we've got a special post-game guest joining us.
Hey, it's Shaq. You guys stomped that team, and I mean literally. Wasn't even close. When did you realize this game was yours to lose?
Hey, man, I guess it was around maybe late July, early August, whenever the schedule comes out. Nah, man, but look, man, they have a good team over there, so no disrespect. But this was a game I had circled as a win the minute I saw it on my calendar, you know what I'm saying? We just match up real good against this club. And you saw that tonight, Playboy.
When you look at the calendar, I don't.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you.
Hey, Che, remember the winners of our youth league are here? You're one of the players they get to meet for winning the title.
Okay, let me talk to the friends right quick.
Okay, not too long. They're kids. They got to get home. Thank you.
Go, baby, MVP. Love you. Hey, you got my jersey. That's what's up. Thanks, guys.
Keep it up. Keep
following.
Little different reaction than last time, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yo, Don.
Hey, guys. Che, good to see you.
Hey,
We
what's
are
up?
really glad you can make it, and we're excited to have you here.
Hey, anything for the kids.
Nice. All right. You ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Dave, we got Che here. Our raffle winner. There she is.
Hey.
All right. You two have at it.
Are we going to play some one-on-one? You want the ball first? All right. Take it easy on me, all right? Congratulations. Good job, Brooklyn. You got me. Star in the
Che.
making.
Man, that was great.
Hey, just trying to help
job.
the kids out.
You really made her day. Did you see her face light
I
up?
did.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Hey, man.